What is up, everyone? Welcome to week one's edition. Yes, we are in week one of the NFL season of the Queens Ransom Weekly. Myself and the Commish Fantasy Football Wish List are going to be going over the interesting trades, roster moves, matchups, standings, all of that all season long. We're going to have some guests, some of the league participants in there as well for the Queens Ransom League. I am here with Fantasy Football Wish List. Scotty, how are you doing? You got to be as excited as me, right?
Amped up, and it's better late than never. We're always late, aren't we? It seems that way. But I mean, doing a female league, I figured we should be late because usually we're waiting on them, aren't we, Mikey? But it's well worth it. It's well worth it because when they come around, they're looking beautiful as ever. So I'm really looking forward to this league. We got great women in this league. I'm loving to bring this out. We got a lot of people coming in, talking and saying, Mike, what's up? Lady Shot Collar in the house.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're going to get into the teams. What we're going to do in this week's episode is just go over each matchup while going over each roster that was drafted. You guys, if you guys were here last week or week and a half ago now for the live draft that we did on the channel, it's on the playlist if you guys want to check it out. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is the home of the Queens Ransom weekly show. We're going to be back next week on Tuesday at the same time. And down in the description, before you do anything else, there's the Instagram page to the Queens Ransom League. Go follow the Instagram page. It's brand new. Got to get more people over there. We'll talk about that later, Eric. We'll worry about that later. Let's get these teams on the screen. Should we start with the first one, or you want to go to a specific one first, Scotty?
We can do the first one. Let's go.
All right.
Top to bottom.
Steffi Smalls versus Rossi takes on TikTok. We got a Twitter creator versus a TikTok creator here. It's going to be interesting. Starting off with the QB matchup, Jalen Hurts going against the Detroit Lions and Josh Allen's going against the Rams. I think this is a lot closer than most people would say.
Because Jalen Hurts is going against Detroit and Josh Allen is going against the Rams. And it's crazy because week one, as you know, Mikey, anything can happen week one. You're going to see some 100%. Upsets and you're going to see some breakout players that you didn't think were going to break out. So we're all excited for that. So Josh Allen, you might say right off the bat, is the better quarterback, but Jalen Hurts is the better matchup.
Yeah, I agree. And they both are runners of the football. So they both have that upside to take off when they get into the red zone and get into the end zone. Let's look at the RBs here. Got Josh Jacobs and Kareem Hunt versus Travis Etienne and Kenneth Gangwell. This is another tight matchup.
I think it is a tight matchup. Do we have their bench? Is that who they?
It's all the way down. I think it'll go all the way down. So
let's check that. Let's see what running backs.
So yeah, CPAT, Moser, Madison on the benches here for these two teams. Team Steffi Smalls also has James Cook and Darrell Henderson that are usable. I think that ETN is the best option. I don't know. Would you go CPAT or Gainwell? I would go CPAT, but
yeah. I mean, I think Algier is going to start off behind Patterson, but I like Steffi Smalls going with Gainwell. You could flip a coin with Patterson and Gainwell.
And again, versus Detroit, same matchup that we were just talking about for Jalen Hurts. I'm giving the edge at running back to the side with Hunt and Jacobs. I think that ETN might be the highest scoring running back this week of these running backs. No offense, Scotty. Not trying to throw a shot at Washington. He's a small player. He's hard to stop. He's going to be hard to slow down if he's rocking with Trevor Lawrence in week one. But I think that these is pretty even as well. Down to the receivers. Oh, and they are loaded at receiver.
They are loaded at receivers, and this is when Steffi Smalls makes a comeback. Not only because I think her wide receivers are a little stronger, even though the other side has Metcalf and Adams, but Diggs is going to cancel out Josh Adams. I'm looking at Devontae Adams, Josh Allen. So Diggs is going to cancel out Josh Allen a little bit.
Yeah, because it's an opposite stack. Your opponent has the quarterback, and she has the wide receiver. So every time Josh Allen scores the Diggs, she's going to get some points as well. And that's going to be the main score, one of the main scorers on Rossi's squad. Remember, Steffi Smalls, you guys were tuned into the draft. She went with the heavy wide receiver strategy. Yes. We saw her stack them up, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs. So we'll see how that works out. But I think she's got the edge at receiver where she lost the edge at running back. And I would say the edge is a little bit greater at wide receiver. I don't believe in Geno Smith too much.
Neither do I. So
we agree. Great minds think alike.
Absolutely. So at tight end, we got Kyle Pitts for Travis Kelce. Kelce should have 100 catches, I think, in the first game. I mean, this guy's going to have an absolute career year. Kyle Pitts, was he going against the Saints?
Saints. It's a tough defense.
That's a tough defense. So
they got good safeties. They got good linebackers. They got good guys to throw at them. So that's a tough matchup. I think I'd give Kelce the edge there. At the flex, 2 receivers in new faces in new places. Wide receiver ones. Marquise Brown going to Arizona to help out his old college quarterback and Kyler Murray. Amari Cooper is going to have to deal with Jacoby Brissett. They're playing the Panthers this weekend.
Yes, and I think we're going back and forth. I mean, we're getting thrown back and forth. I'm going with Brown mixing up with Kyler Murray again over Cooper.
Yeah, these two teams are pretty close, and it seems like they got the edge back and forth. Kickers and defenses here.
It could be anything.
Rams got to play Buffalo.
yeah. Rams are Buffalo, but you got the 49ers for Chicago. You got to go with the 49ers.
They should wreck them. Yeah. And as far as the kickers go, I'm seeing a rain forecast here. So give me Carlson, Mike's dad.
Against your boys?
Yeah,
no.
Sure.
Is it against your boys? Yes.
Yeah, we'll get him off the field. Well, I'm getting a scam call. We'll get him off the field, and we'll get him kicking field goals. It's a good play. They're going to score 15 points, 5 field goals. Daniel Carlson.
So for the first game, my projection for this game, I think Steffi Smalls squeaks one out. I think starting off with Allen over Hurts, I think with her having Diggs and Hurts with a better matchup versus Detroit, I think Steffi Smalls, and I didn't even see the percentage yet. So, guys, I'm not cheating. I'm really going with gut. I'm going with gut instinct, and I think Steffi Smalls pulls the win out week 1.
It's very close. I am also going with Steffi Smalls. I think ETN's they're gonna use him. They're gonna show him off in this first game because he's been waiting and biting at the bit for over a year now to debut in the NFL. Her receivers are superhuman. I think these running backs will be a problem at some point in the season when she plays a team with Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb or something, whoever it is that has like an Eckler Kamara stack or someone that has that crazy stack. You're gonna have to make up ground with receivers instead of facing Josh Jacobs and Kareem Hunt. But I'm going to go with Steffi Smalls. The projection is close. The positions are back and forth. It just depends. Is Josh Allen going to go nuts? Is it going to be the Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs? And how effective will this Chiefs offense be? We'll see. Those two players could change that. Let's move on to the next one. We got Stepmom Lauren against Team Pizza Planet.
Team Pizza Planet is Fantasy Flojo's wife.
Okay, cool. So we got representation here for Fantasy Flojo. Yes. Justin Herbert versus Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Tell me.
This is a matchup that I wish I could watch in real life. I wish I could watch like that. That is Lamar Jackson versus the Jets versus Justin Herbert, which not because Mike's on the screen. I do think Herbert's going to end up as the QB1 this year.
Hey,
I do. But Lamar Jackson versus the Jets. I mean, that's a great matchup.
Yeah, I have Herbert finishing as QB1 also, and I have Lamar Jackson finishing as QB3. So this is a phenomenal QB matchup. The Jets, no offense to the Jets, they don't got an answer for what Lamar Jackson brings as a runner of the football on the defensive side. They do not have an answer. So we'll see how Robert Saleh attacks Lamar Jackson in week 1. I think he's going to run all over the damn field. That's an even matchup to me. I think it's going to be close because the Raiders secondary is also really bad. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Yes, and the Jets have good secondary, actually. So he's going to have trouble throwing. So Lamar is going to be working out those legs. That's it. You got Eisen.
Running back.
I mean, they got stacked running backs.
Yes.
I'm scared with Dobbins early this season because of coming off the injury. And as Joey says, fade the Saints. There are 4 good running backs right here. But for week 1, it could be different leaning into the season. But week 1, I have to lean because McCaffrey's healthy right now.
Yeah.
I was hold on, the clock is ticking. Clock's ticking, but McCaffrey's healthy. I'm leaning towards the running backs for Mrs. Flo.
Yeah, I think she's got her in both. I think Christian McCaffrey over Kamara slightly, but Christian McCaffrey over Kamara. And I think Javonte is a much safer play for especially week 1 than JK. JK is a guy that could turn on.
Yes.
He could. But it's going to maybe take a couple games. And if he is dealing with any injury issues early on in the season, I think the Ravens are going to be quick to go, we need to rest you a little more then.
I love Stepmom Lauren's team. It's like I think
too.
for the long term, it's going to be good. Right now, first it's going to be tough.
You come back down here to see Justin Jefferson and Michael Pittman. I love that. I think she's got her outmatched here. Mike Williams and Allen Robinson, both great wide receivers. Mike Williams looking to take the leap this year. Allen Robinson looking to recover what once was with LA now. So those two guys are very great options, especially when your running backs are this strong. But when you look at Justin Jefferson, and I think Michael Pittman is one of the most underrated receivers in football right now.
Yo, 1,000%, and I'm loving this league. If whoever's paying attention, the advantage that Flo has in running backs, Stepmom comes right back with the advantage in wide receivers.
Yeah, and I would like to say, and it's my boy Mike. I just know Herbert spreads the ball around. He has 5 different receivers almost every single game that touch the football. The gap between Justin Jefferson to Mike Williams is way larger from Kamara and McCaffrey.
Yes.
Jefferson's going to go nuts this year, but they do play a tough defense. They play the Packers week 1. Dallas.
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
Go ahead. He's going to cook them up anyways.
I can see Jefferson getting close to 10 touches a game.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be fun for the Minnesota Vikings offense because they just got an offensive-minded head coach. They've been dealing with Mike Zimmer for years.
Right.
Oof. But anyways, on to the tight end matchup. We got a couple of late-round tight ends. Dallas Goedert versus Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is one of Tony Tucker's favorite players. We got Goedert versus Detroit, and we got Kmet versus San Francisco. Both of these tight ends have running-style quarterbacks.
Yes.
I don't know. Scotty, here's a good question for you because you're more tuned in with fantasy football than me. But do you want the tight end like Cole Kmet with less weapons in the offense but is going to receive more coverage attention? Or do you want the guy with Dallas Goedert who has a bunch of weapons? The ball's going to get spread around that Philly offense, but he's seeing one-on-one coverage most of the time.
Yes, but I'm with Tony Tucker. I'm a big Kmet sleeper fan this year. So I like Kmet. Even versus San Fran, I'm trying to remember who San Fran's linebackers are, but Chicago's going to be playing from behind and could get garbage points as well.
Yeah, I think Philly should be playing out front. They should be front running the Detroit Lions most of the game.
Detroit, Philly, sadly they're in my division, but Philly is going to be very good this year.
That defense, it's stacked up. It's stacked up. They just traded for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson too. It's just like, why? You just adding more. Just adding more.
Stupid.
It'll be fun to see the Eagles team this year because Jalen Hurts is a big X factor for them. So I'm going to go with Kmet also. I just think that Kmet is a really good tight end. I know we already kind of know what Dallas Goedert is. He's a good tight end, but it's going to be, matchup based, whether or not he's dominating. His game's going to be a lot of the red zone work and trying to get in the end zone. I think Kmet is just all around a really good tight end. Has just been waiting for opportunities, and hopefully they come this year. They come his way this year. On to the flex here. I always like it when you get that third running back that is really sturdy that you can use in your flex, and he's also a backup running back for these guys if anything happens. And that's exactly what's going on here with Lenny Fournette. Gabe Davis over here. This guy was on fire at the end of the season last year.
Yes. Gabe Davis is going to be that guy. He's like Deshaun Jackson. I think he's going to give you 27 points and then give you a week of 4 points. And then 18 points and give you 6. I think that's what Gabe Davis is going to be this year. I always lean towards the running back. Even though it's Tommy B.
And there's a few wide receivers out there that you can use in your flex if that's your best option. But I'm going to lean Leonard Fournette here because Leonard Fournette is in a very good offense still, even though they lost a lot of linemen this offseason due to injury and retirement. Tom Brady's still going to manage that thing.
Yes.
Then we got the kickers.
Kickers and defense. Kickers. Flip a coin. Flip a coin with kickers for me.
Yeah, give me Baltimore though on defense. I think Baker Mayfield's coming for the Browns' head this week.
Yes, 1,000%. I think Baltimore wins very easy. Very easy.
So what do you think here about that flex decision to play Gabe Davis? I think, looking at the bench, I would throw Rashad Penny in because Rashad Penny is not going to be usable for very long. That time and that clock is ticking, it feels like, with his injury issues and Ken Walker right behind him. Throw Rashad Penny in there while he's the starter.
I got to say, Stepmom Lauren has a great bench.
Yes.
Oh, AJ Dillon is on the bench over here, too. Oh, my God. These girls drafted tremendously.
Yeah, that side is Pizza Planet. That's Flo's wife.
I'm going back. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. I mean, these girls drafted tremendously. Yeah, Rashad Penny or Gabe Davis. I think Stepmom is thinking the same as me. You're thinking it's going to be a shootout, don't you, on Thursday? Yeah. But usually when you think it's a shootout, it's going to be 21-17. So.
It is the first game of the year, so it can go any way, really. These teams haven't seen an opponent yet other than the preseason. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking because Christian McCaffrey is healthy and Lamar Jackson is going against the Jets, I'm giving it to Flo. My money would be on Flo's team, but Stepmom Lauren in the long term. This week, I'm giving it to Flo.
This is another one that seems like it's 50-50. There's no clear, huge mismatches. Receivers go to Stepmom. Running backs go to Team Pizza Planet. But since you have Justin Herbert, I'll go Team Stepmom. So we're split on that one, Scott.
All right.
Let's go on to the next one here. All right. We got Lady Shot Caller, who I am now in 3 fantasy leagues with. So hopefully I don't lose in every one of those.
Did you see how funny her post was when she did the Chicago Bears with the mustache?
I did not yet. I got to see that one.
Check it out. Hilarious. Lady Shot Caller has some personality. Oh, and this is the game of personalities.
Exactly.
Pretzels have a ton of personality. This is a lot of fire. I feel it burning right now. There's a lot of fire in this matchup.
They had a whole war room set up.
Yes, and if you said the wrong thing, they were ready to attack. So
they were,
anything mean towards their team. You win.
Well, let's get into this. We got Russell Wilson versus Dak Prescott. Russ has Seattle, which is an easier matchup, but Dak has the familiarity with his offense, but he's playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What are you thinking here, Scotty? This is a close matchup at the QB.
Russell Wilson is going after his old team bad.
Oh, boy. I think I'm leaning Russell a little bit, too.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Russell Wilson. But Dak Prescott does have the better I was going to say better weapons. No, Sutton and Judy. I'm leaning towards Wilson. Don't attack me, Pretzels. We're not done yet.
Yeah, Dak will get better and better as the season goes on, and he gets guys like Gallup back. That'll help out their weapon core a lot. Or if they make a trade or an acquisition of some sort. I'm going to go Russell Wilson also. I think that matchup is better. Although, just keep in mind, last season, Cowboys opened up the year against Tampa, and Dak went nuts. And he had 350 yards. So we'll see if it happens again. To the running backs, we got Najee versus Zeke, Saquon versus Miles Sanders, almost an all NFC East running back battle here. I would like to give the edge to Najee just in volume alone, and Cincinnati's defense is not super stout. And I think I would give the edge to Saquon. So running backs going to team. I think
the running backs going to be in the wrong spot. Yeah, they're gonna Salted Pretzels are gonna need their wide receivers to try to make up those points.
Yeah, and once again we go down to the wide receivers and we see the mismatch go the other way. You can see how these people drafted differently. Mm-hmm. Some teams want wide receiver, some teams want running back, and they're matching up in the first week. See which strategies work best. And
I like how Amber from Lady Shot Caller went with the Wilson-Sutton combination. I don't think she got the stack. I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Cup. Sutton going to beat Cup. And I love Rashad Bateman this year. But like I said on the previous game, I think he's going to be pretty shut down with the secondary of the Jets. It's going to be on Lamar's legs. So I think Debo is going to outperform Bateman. So you got now Dresses and Salty Pretzels, their wide receivers are going to dominate the wide receivers on Lady Shot Caller.
Gets them back in the game. Yeah, Bateman's facing Sauce in Sauce's first NFL start. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be fun. And then at tight end, Darren Waller versus Mike Caseki. You're probably thinking right out the jump, Scotty. Obviously, Darren Waller's winning this, but he's facing Derwin James. Just keep that in mind. I think he had 60 yards in the game that he played Derwin James last, and interception right in front of him to lose the game. I think I'd still go Darren Waller.
Darren Waller over Jaseki, yes. I would definitely go Darren Waller over Jaseki. Yeah. Is Jaseki playing on a contract year, do you know?
Yes, franchise tag. So he's walking after this year, or they're signing him to an extension. One of the two. The problem is that he's not a good blocker, and Mike McDaniels is bringing over the San Fran offense, where the tight end being a good blocker is like a key part of it for all the stretch game stuff. And George Kittle is like the best in the league for that, and Mike Caseki might be the worst. So, but he's a crazy receiver. He makes these crazy catches and goes over linebackers all the time. So we'll see how that goes. I'm giving the edge to Waller. I think it's close. It's closer than this projection says, but I'm giving the edge to Waller. To the flex, I'm such a big Ramondre Stevenson fan this year. I just don't know how much he's going to get involved early on in the season. Against Adam Thielen, who's just a touchdown monster for Minnesota over the last couple of years. What are you thinking here? I think that this is a rare spot where the running back and receivers are close.
They're close. I'm actually leaning towards Thielen on this one because I like Stevenson as well. But I don't think he's going to jump right out of the gate as what we think he will be.
He needs some opportunity, and I think the Patriots are going to give it to him. And if he shines, he's probably taking over. Bill Belichick likes to do it that way, where if the backup running back, if the guy that he drafted late in the draft the year before is outshining the starter, he'll move on. He ain't scared. Kickers, like you said, coin flip, whoever she puts in here. And then we go to the defensive matchup. The New Orleans Saints versus the Falcons. Steelers versus the Bengals.
I got to go with the Saints. The Bengals are good. Their offense.
They are. I'm just really concerned because the Bengals upgraded every spot on their line except for the right tackle, where TJ Watt will be rushing. I'm worried about TJ Watt just ruining the whole game. And it's just they keep it low. And it's a 21-17 finish.
Well, Cincinnati's going to have to keep Mixon healthy, so have Samaje Perine block.
Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, the Saints have the better matchup going against Marcus Mariota and company. So
all right.
I would give it Saints.
Looks like.
And here's the benches. Carr and Stafford, very good backup quarterbacks.
I guess I would leave their flexes in the way they are.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson's down there. Breece Hall.
Oh, Breece Hall. Did you hear they said Michael Carter is starting week 1?
Yeah, interesting. I think it's a smart way to do it because you don't want to just run Breece Hall into the ground with the first season. That's why I didn't draft him. I didn't draft him in any leagues, actually. I just stay away from him.
Gotcha. So what are you going here? What's your pick?
This is tough, but I think that the stack of Russell Wilson and Courtland Sutton will give a few bonus points. I'm with you. I think Bateman's going to be good. But I don't know how great he's going to be. I think that she's got an edge with Debo. I just don't think the edge with Debo and Kupp is going to be enough here to overcome this Najee-Saquon dominant duo. I know Saquon has a tough matchup. The Titans did lose Harold Landry. He's done for the season, so their D-line's a little weakened. And Cincinnati just isn't that great of a run defense at all. Once Najee gets to the second level, he's going to run over those fools.
I'm actually leaning towards Team Dresses and Salted Pretzels because I think Zeke Elliott and Miles Sanders could do enough to just keep their head above water, and Kupp and Debo could prevail. Yeah,
you're betting on Zeke and Sanders. I'm betting on Sutton and Bateman.
yes, exactly. The week we're seeing them, except you guys can't see where my fingers are going, but I'm pointing.
We're split again. Saquon and Najee, 50 points. Lady shot caller, if you're still here, 50 points from Saquon and Najee combined.
We got to put some money on this.
All right.
Team bald guy and team touchdowns and tight ends.
Here we go. Patrick Mahomes versus Kyler Murray. These two teams playing each other. So they will both be tuned into that game.
For sure. Wow. Oh, my God. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, this is very tough. That's a flip of the coin. Oh my God.
I don't know. I think this could be crazy. I think that I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. In this one matchup, I think the Chiefs' defense is weaker than the Cardinals. And I just think that the Cardinals have more of those playmaker DBs to chase people around, to chase guys around like Patrick Mahomes. They got Budda Baker. They got Isaiah Simmons. They got Byron Murphy. They got guys that are athletic freaks at their position. And even if they're still developing a little bit, not in Baker's situation, but the other guys, even if they're still developing a little bit, they can do enough to slow down a Tyreek Hill-less Kansas City Chiefs just a little bit. And Kyler Murray, whenever he starts a season off, he is a maniac on the field when he's fully healthy. The Cardinals went 7-0 to start the year last year.
A little chipmunk. He's a little chipmunk. But you know what? I'm going with Patrick Mahomes because screw Kyler Murray. After watching him in the playoffs last year, I lost complete respect for him. That's why I didn't draft him in any leagues this year. Throwing the ball 3 feet in front of him into the ground. Guy didn't even try throwing the ball deep because he was scared. I'm going Patrick Mahomes in this group.
Well, I would be scared too if I had 99 chasing me.
Well, yeah, I'd be scared too, yes.
All right, we're split on the QB position. Let's go to the running backs, and here we go. God. We got some stacked running back rooms here. Derrick Henry and A. Jones versus Eckler and Mitchell. You got to give it to Henry and A. Jones, but, Eckler is due to score 20, 25 points, 30 points any given week, and that would put this a lot closer.
I think it's even. Mitchell's sneaky.
Yeah,
Mitchell is sneaky. Aaron Jones is going to be splitting with Dylan. I mean, they're both good, though.
This is PPR, right? Yeah, it is.
Yes, it's PPR, and when Devontae Adams is out of lineup, Aaron Jones goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry is a bull going against a weak Giants team. He's getting coin flip. Yeah, that's a coin flip, dude. That's an awesome. First of all, the first 6 players that we just looked at, that's an awesome matchup. Awesome matchup.
Let's see if this continues. And it does. I like this.
Holy shit.
Yeah, these are some squads.
Oh my God.
I don't even know who to give the edge to at receiver either.
No.
Because DJ Moore is going to get projected less because it's freaking Mike Evans and Tom Brady. But the Cleveland secondary just hasn't really gotten it together. They had Denzel Ward. They haven't really gotten it together and shut teams down like everyone's expected them to. And DJ Moore is a phenomenal receiver. He's got to upgrade at quarterback.
This game is not ending. Look at the tight ends.
Oh, okay. So these are the 2 teams that'll be playing in the championship at the end of the year.
Holy shit.
Because he flexes all the way down.
Oh my God. And what a great first matchup because they literally they're mirroring each other. Oh my God.
Look at the benches. Who's got more depth?
I like single. Holy shit.
Boyd is usable. Pollard, usable. Ayuk. I'm a big KT fan.
Very good teams.
Got depth also.
I like Singletary. Everybody is falling off Singletary because of the James Cook pick, but Singletary held his own with the Bills last year, and he's only 24 years old. But who do they have at the? Who does Kiki have at flex? I mean, it's still early. They could change.
Chase Edmonds versus CEH.
All right.
I think you got to give Edmonds a shot with all the training camp buzz. I mean, they've been going nuts about him.
Yeah. I love this game. This game is awesome. You could flip a coin flip on this game. I'm
going to stick with my guns. I'm going to go with Team Kyler. I'm going to stick with my guns. It's against Eckler. Sorry. I'm going with Team Kyler, but it's super close. Razor thin to a point where I would rather just not.
All right, screw it. I'm anti-Kyler, so I'm sorry. Geeky, we see eye to eye most of the times, but I'm going to the touchdowns and tight ends, and it's not, Ashley and Nicole. I'm sticking with you guys. I have some money on this week, so you want to save out? No, save our wives for last.
All right. That's the last one. Here's the second to last one. We got Schmoopy versus the fantasy football
queen.
Let's start off QBs. Brady versus Rodgers.
2 Hall of Famers, 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks going after each other.
Already started working on their jackets.
Oh my God,
that's tough. I think that Dallas is going to get cooked up by Brady.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Brady, but it's narrow, it's thin, it's close. Running back.
I'm curious who Rodgers is going to hit this year. Is it definitely Lazard, or is he going to come away with somebody else?
The worst part is he's messing with us too.
He is
keeps saying all these different guys. He keeps saying different names. Watch it be Randall Cobb.
Oh, that'd be awesome, though. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Time travel machine.
Then these running backs too. Oh my God, you got 2 good first running backs and 2 injury-prone second running backs who could be studs.
Yeah, they could be league winners if they're healthy. I am such a big fan of Mixon this year, man. I'm gonna go with Mixon.
I'm leaning towards the fantasy queen on this, just because Akers is still not 100%.
Yeah, and James Conner's already done it. We've already seen James Conner do it. He's proven it in Arizona.
Yeah, but I gotta say though, that it's pretty even. It's not a landslide. I haven't seen a landslide yet, and I'm not trying to be nice. Honestly, to anyone watching, any of the girls watching, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm just trying to be honest. But there's no landslide game.
They're all tight. They're all tight. And here we go. Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Deontay, CeeDee Lamb makes it harder on you again.
Well, I like CeeDee Lamb the most out of all of them. I'm not a big Tyreek Hill fan this year. I don't like.
I'm not a big AJ Brown fan.
All right, so we're both leaning on that wide receiver with Deontay Johnson, CeeDee Lamb.
Deontay, CeeDee. Now we're on a tight end. Freiermuth versus Hawkinson. This is close again.
Same tier.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going with Hawkinson because there's less targets to pass it around. I think. Oh God, I'm going Pickens, the rookie. I think he's going to be. I mean, if he stays in his own head, I think he's going to be a stud. There's a lot of mouths to feed with Pittsburgh, so I'm leaning towards Hawkinson.
He's big, and Freiermuth's money was in the red zone last year a lot with Big Ben.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he eats off his plate a little bit. Then we got Goblin versus Juju. Goblin's going to be a PPR monster once he's healthy. It's just the question is he healthy yet? And so is Juju. I'm going to go Juju here, but I think this is close.
I think it's very close, and I don't like Juju. I think he's overrated, so I'm going to go with Godwin.
And it's the same thing again, Scotty. Tom Brady on one side.
Oh,
the defense.
Godwin's been canceled. All right. Yeah, I like that. I didn't. Thanks for recognizing that.
There's the kickers. And we got the Chargers defense versus the Colts defense. Chargers defense has an easy dub this week.
That's a good game, dude. Your division is stupid good. Stupid good.
It really is. Down to the benches.
Judy.
Jalen Waddle and
Judy on the bench, huh? Holy crap. Yeah, that's a good wide receivers right there.
They're in the Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the same team.
Holy shit! I would put Judy in the flex. I'd put Judy.
Godwin. That's a safer play, yeah.
Yeah, I'd put Judy in the flex over Godwin,
or even Carter. Honestly, Carter could be in there.
Yeah, I go Judy just the fact that I think that Russell Wilson's going to light the Seahawks up on Monday night.
Would you go Dawson Knox over T.J. Hawkinson in Week 1?
See, I would be sick to my stomach on Thursday night if Knox sucks. Yeah. Then you got to go Friday and Saturday going, fuck, I messed that up.
What if Dawson goes off and has 2 tubs? You're going to be like,
same thing. You know what?
I'm going with the Queen. I'm going fantasy football queen in the Queens Ransom League.
I'm leaning towards the fantasy football queen as well.
But we got another close matchup there. All right. Save the best for last.
That's it.
NFL Rose versus Jen. This is like Mike versus Scotty in the championship game rematch extended.
That is.
No.
I want to rub it in or anything. Jen, you better not mess this up. Do not mess it. I have it backwards. I get so nervous. I'm the GOAT. Jen, you got to get the girl GOAT. Let's go. We got matching outfits. Let's see what we got.
Here we go. We got Joe Breezy versus Trey Lance. This is tough because, like I said, I personally am scared of TJ Watt destroying whoever they put at right tackle. And that could literally ruin the offensive game plan for the Cincinnati Bengals. It just comes down to Trey Lance because the Chicago Bears, while they are a weaker team, they have Roquan Smith, and they still have Robert Quinn. These guys are going to play this weekend, and Trey is not going to have a lot of room to run. He's going to have to throw the football. But if Trey is Trey, and Trey's as good as I think he is, I'll be honest here and give a slight edge to Trey Lance here.
All right. Well, if you're going to do that, I'm not saying this because you said that. I have Joe Burrow in 3 of my 4 leagues. And,
boy.
I love Joe Burrow this year.
Well, what do you want more? Do you want Jen, Joe Burrow to go off against Jen and help you out? Or do you want...
Don't you do that to me, man. Don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me. No, for Trey, Joe Burrow is the better play here. For Jen to beat Joe Burrow, she needs Trey Lance to use his legs. And that's why she picked Trey Lance. Use your legs, dude. Use your legs, but Joe Burrow is going to put up more passing yards and TDs. So for her to beat Burrow, she needs Trey Lance to use his legs.
It's close for sure. It's close. And if the Cincinnati Bengals were playing basically anyone else.
Yeah, right.
I would be in.
You're going against a better quarterback, Jen, but you're lucky they're playing against Pittsburgh, and Lance is going against Chicago.
I'm also a little bit worried that Pittsburgh offense is just so bad with Mitch that like the Bengals are running clock. But here we go. On to the next here. DeAndre Swift versus Jonathan Taylor. That's the front of the first round versus the back of the first round right there. That's a good one.
Yes, and Mikey, you've seen my post, dude. I think DeAndre Swift is the top 3 running back this year. So, I mean, I don't know why Jen has to play this team first.
Especially in PPR.
Yes. Your wife stole all the guys I love. Jonathan Taylor, it's Swift, who I like most, versus Jonathan Taylor, the obvious number 1 pick this year. So,
I think Taylor should get the edge in the pregame analysis, but Ken Swift out. Can Taylor go for 24 points and Swift go for 25? Yes, that could happen.
Listen, I'm going to make it even. The Joe Burrow Trey Lance mix, you could go either way. The Swift Taylor, you could go either way.
Yeah, and then we go down to Nick Chubb versus David Montgomery. San Francisco's defense, Carolina defense. Those are both solid defenses with good linebackers, but I'm going to go Chubb.
Chubb, yes. I got to go Chubb there.
T. Higgins versus Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's the number 1 receiver for Justin Herbert, and they're playing the worst secondary in the NFL.
Jen has to hope Higgins doesn't have his 3 catches for 140 yards. Jen has Keenan Allen safe bet, safe win, unless you're going Higgins is going to catch those 2 70-yard touchdowns, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? One of those things. So
we'll see what Mike Tomlin does the game plan, because NFL teams, especially in that division, have just been watching Jamar Chase tape all offseason, trying to find the weaknesses, trying to find a way to stop this guy like they do with guys like Tyreek Hill and these other elite receivers. We'll see what Mike Tomlin does in week 1 and brings out to put on Jamar Chase, because if he comes out with a game plan to double up Jamar Chase, put Minka and a corner on him, T's going to eat.
He's in for a big year. He ended last year great, and he played great in the playoffs.
And how much does it matter to you, Scotty? Joe Burrow and T. Higgins together.
I have Joe Burrow and Higgins in my main league.
Yeah.
It's hurting me, Mike. It's hurting me, Mike.
And tell him that Terry McLaurin is going to be a top 12 wide receiver this year.
No.
Going against Hunter Renfrow, who's also very good, but screw Hunter Renfrow. Terry McLaurin's season.
Terry McLaurin is my favorite Washington Commander, and Hunter Renfrow is my favorite slot wide receiver who has amazing footwork, dude. Oh my God.
Terry versus
the Jaguars, they suck.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin, Jen needs to hope Hunter Renfrow catches the 9 catches, or when they're on the goal line, he does that little, that route that no one could cover. So
all of the Jaguars' strength is inside, so you'd think Washington is going to be going outside to attack them.
Terry McLaurin gets the edge on that.
And we got Zach Ertz here. Beautiful pick by Rose. I'm sure she got him in like the 10th round or something. A lot of people are sleeping on Zach Ertz this year, but Dalton Schultz, he's going to get him.
Yes, I love Dalton Schultz. I think he's going to be Jason Witten again. I think rejuvenized.
I'll give the slight edge to Dalton Schultz too, because I just think that he's going to get so much volume. He's going to get so much attention with Amari Cooper leaving that offense.
Yeah. And not because it's our wives, Mike. Another zigzag. These matchups are ridiculous.
Yeah. We got the flex here. Gibby versus MT. This is shaky.
Let me explain how fantasy football is lucky. Listen, I'm going to be honest, and I'll say my wife picked Antonio Gibson, and I almost threw up in my mouth because when she picked Gibson, I was like, oh, my God, he's losing his job to Brian. Brian Robinson's taking this job. So as I was doing my big fantasy football league, I was about to pick Brian Robinson, and the guy gets shot in the legs, which Antonio Gibson has to be behind this, right? Antonio Gibson's like, dude, I'm about to lose my job. Somebody's got to take out Brian Robinson. I love Brian Robinson. I like Antonio Gibson. I think he's talented. He was losing his job, but Jen got fantasy football luck by now Antonio Gibson's going to be the main back in Washington.
He's going to be a great flex. And unless MT just comes out the gate in his old MT immediately, you got to give the edge to Gibson here.
I think Jen had no shot in this game. I'm happy to hear that Robinson's doing very well and he is going to come back. I'm very happy that nothing severe happened. But in luck and fantasy, Gibson being the main back now gives Jen a chance in this game.
Yeah, because she would have like Drake London in there or something.
Yes, Drake London and James Robinson. That sucks.
One of the two, yeah.
But he's hurt. But she lucked out. She got fantasy luck right there.
And then let's look at the benches here. Rose, I love what Rose did here. I told her this too in one of the mock drafts, and she just did it by coincidence. She said that she didn't remember, but I told her, like, when you get to the end of these drafts, start drafting guys like Pierce, guys like Robinson, guys like Dobbs, and like one of them are going to go off, and they're going to be a mainstay in your roster later in the year.
Dameon Pierce, I think, is going to be her flex for a while because I think he's legit.
Yeah,
Rose had an amazing draft.
Amazing. She may want to put him in week 1, honestly. I don't know how much I feel that MT is going to do. What the?
You got a severe thunder? What is a tornado happening?
Something's going on here.
Rose, your roster.
Your roster's too good. You're setting off the alarm. What are you thinking? The projection, Scotty, is 50-50.
I love it. And you know what? We have to pick who we want to pick, and I got to go with my wife.
I'm going Team NFL Rose.
Let's go wish.
How it goes.
And how funny is it that we played each other in the championship at Warzone, and then we started this Queens Ransom, and just throwing it out there, our wives go against each other week 1, which it's like we set it up.
It feels like we set it up, but we did not set it up. We promise. It'll be a fun time.
Absolutely. And we hit the 42-minute mark, which is perfect for you to get ready for your draft.
Yeah, got 5 minutes. It's a super flex off. I have the 7th pick, Scotty. So I have it's a full, like, I think it's 3 flex spots, 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, and one of the 3 flex can be a quarterback. Should I take quarterback in the first round?
Yeah, you have to, right? Because they're gonna go. I hate that too. I hate quarterbacks, but you have to.
If they don't take Jay Herbo and I get him at 7, it's over. I won the league.
Knock over the mic.
We appreciate you guys.
Real, my man.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Shout out to Gerald. Shout out to Lady Shot Caller, everyone that's been in the chat. We appreciate you guys. And we will be back next week, same time, Tuesday night. Commissioner, where can they find you at? And any shout outs to the league, the Queens Ransom League?
Absolutely. You could follow me on Fantasy Football Wishlist on Instagram, Fantasy Wishlist on TikTok. Follow the league, the Queens Ransom League on Instagram. We got to get some followers on there. And starting next week, we're going to have some interviews with some of the ladies themselves. Have them trash talk me, have them trash talk other teams. It's going to be fun. Awesome season. Woo!
It's going to be a great time. I cannot wait. And Gerald, yes, I'll be hopping on TikTok for that draft right after this. So I'll see you there. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button on the video, follow that Instagram page. Like we said, the link's in the description, the handle's down here. It's everywhere. And we will see you guys next week after NFL Rose comes out on top.